Everyone, we're marking out on the Saturday with James and Zeus. Pedro, it will be okay. James is home from the dock. Pedro is covering songs. But Zeus went to PWX to meet Liger. who was a douche and who was totally cool. These are questions that Zeus will give answers to, along with whatever else we can possibly fit in. A fight for the fallen and G1 talk, maybe. Cause it's Saturday morning and it's time for marking out is here. The Saturday morning mark out time appears. Time for us to mark out, mark out, mark out, mark out. It's time for Mark Out Mania.
Woo. What was that? That was the extended remix. Look at that. That was kind of hot, though, Pedro. That was hot. Good job. Good job.
Oh, my God. Hola, everyone, and welcome to the Mark Out Mania.
What's up, everyone? Woo. Oh, that's good. That was a good job.
Oh, apologies.
That's a terrible song for me to have done that to Pedro. I mean, that really
yeah, that was bad, Zeus. That was bad.
It sounded great in my head when I was singing it. But, you know.
Oh, my God. Woo. I think that's definitely a shower song. You know what I'm saying? Keep it in the shower with you.
Oh, my God.
But, you know, I mean, it's been a huge couple of weeks for wrestling. So, you know, with everything that's been going on, you know, it's amazing that, you know, we've been, you know, that you know, we got I got a local show in the middle of all this stuff.
Out of nowhere too, and a good one.
Yeah, it wasn't quite out of nowhere. I think, but still, I mean, it's not really what you expected,
right?
And so, double YWH. Oh, that yeah. What song is that?
I thought I heard fuck out. It's time for us to fuck out.
Oh my God.
Hey, YYH with some breaking news. Fight for the AEW are having a meet and greet. They had a thing last night that they were going to have a meet and greet, and they were going to announce who was going to be there at 11 a.m. Eastern time. And so apparently their meet and greet names are Joey Janela, Penelope Ford, Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, and Hangman Page.
Ah, okay. Y2H2 in the chat.
Is that where's that being held at today? Jacksonville?
Yeah, it's in Jacksonville.
Definitely one of the shining points of the state of Florida, right, James?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, the worst place to hold the Super Bowl, I can tell you that. Jacksonville, brutal.
Do y'all want to talk about that or the G1 really fast before we jump into the glorious PWX stories? Or you want to leave?
We could just
we can talk a little G1 if you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm happy that Gumby lost, so I'm happy.
I only saw 2 matches from the first week because I ended up my day yesterday got eaten up by something. But how was it, James? You saw both of you saw the whole thing, right?
Yeah. Yes. I thought the show was good. There was a lot of good wrestling matches. The crowd was into it. The crowd was really into it, especially the Tanahashi Okada match. Because I thought that was a good match. There's been a lot of people saying online that it wasn't okay. It was all right. It wasn't like their other ones, because it wasn't an instant classic. I thought it was a good match. I don't know about users, but I thought that match was pretty good.
Which one?
That's Okada Tanahashi.
Oh yeah, okay.
No, that was a good match.
Yeah, it was a good match, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. A lot of people were saying it wasn't the same,
If when Tanahashi comes off the top turnbuckle to the floor,
yeah,
with the high fly low, man, that's a good match, and it was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a good match. Even the Zack Sabre Jr. match was good. I'm so happy he lost.
Oh yeah, I like that match a lot. The Sonata, Zack Sabre Jr.
I'm glad he beat him. Oh, I loved it. It was a good match. It was pretty. I thought it was a good show. I even like Okada's promo at the end in English. I mean, that was kind of cool.
What'd y'all think of Lance Archer or Will Ospreay? Because that was the only other matches I got around to seeing.
Lance Archer changed his whole look.
That was a good match.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Lance looked probably. I don't know if I'd ever seen him look that good.
No, he lost. He looked like he lost a little weight. He changed his look a little bit. I mean, he looked pretty good. I was like, holy shit! I thought Ospreay fucking killed it in that match. I thought it was good. He sold big time for Archer.
Yeah, and that was almost like a 20-minute match, I think.
Yeah.
I
thought it was a good match. I thought all the matches were pretty good. You know what? I can't lie. I marked out hard for Ishii and Jeff Cobb.
Yes, that was excellent.
That was excellent how they did that build up. That was sweet how they did that.
Yeah, and then I won't spoil it, but if you're gonna watch it tonight, the match was really fucking good.
Oh, awesome!
So you'll see that the B block started, 5:30 this morning.
Okay, so it's on Access tonight, so I'll be watching it because I will not be watching AEW, nor would I be watching the Evolve show on the network. I'm going to be watching the G1 B block. So there it is.
On the AEW show, real fast, I'll just go through the lineup super fast.
Go ahead.
The pre-show is Sonny Kiss versus Peter Avalon, who's one of the librarians, who will have Leva Bates, the other librarian. More librarians on the pre-show. Apparently, the other pre-show match is Britt Baker and Riho versus Bea Priestley and Shoko Nakajima. Very curious to see how Shoko Nakajima goes over with the audience here. She does kind of a Kaiju hunter gimmick in Japan. So she's like covered in all these pelts. And so it's supposed to be like the pelts of monsters. She has like the pelts of monsters.
That's cool.
Then let's see, you got the Dark Order versus Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus versus YYH's team, Angelico and Jack Evans.
Okay.
For another 3-way tag match for first round bye tag team tournament. You got SoCal Uncensored versus the Lucha Bros. You got Jimmy Havoc, Darby.
That actually should be good. That actually should be a good match. SoCal Uncensored, the Lucha Brothers.
Jimmy Havoc, Darby Allin, and Joey Janela versus MJF, Sammy Guevara, and Sean Spears. Adam Page versus Kip Sabian. The Rhodes Brothers versus the Young Bucks. Kenny Omega versus Shima. And a match that they have promoted the hell out of on those Road to the Fight for the Fallen things. And I don't know why they're promoting it so heavily because it's going to be so shitty. It's Brandy Rhodes versus Allie.
Well, I can tell you what.
Oh my god!
Hey, I am not kidding you. You can go watch this. They did 3 weeks of video packages with like the emotional music and people, both women crying about their lives and stuff to put over like how important this is going to be. And you're like, this is for Brandy Rhodes versus Allie. Like, this is for a piece of shit match.
Why did Allie get so much run? Why?
She's just super popular. I don't know why she's so popular.
She gets this huge run everywhere.
That Demon X Bunny has a lot of it still has a lot of fans to it.
Really? Still?
Yeah, I mean, I still see a lot of people talking about it.
Mm.
Oh, also from Dallas, Kota Ibushi against Kenta was fucking great.
That was awesome. How many times does
I gotta
Ibushi get
see
hurt, though?
Every time.
Every match, he gets hurt.
That dude needs to tone it down. I haven't seen the match.
That match, Pedro, that match was
Hey,
badass.
I
That
have
match was good.
I had plans to watch the rest of the G1 matches from last weekend, but stuff came up yesterday.
Hey, Zeus, how do you think Kenta looked? He looked pretty good to me. You know?
Yeah, very.
He looked pretty good to me.
Yeah, he was very aggressive, and a little bit. He's not as fast as Ibushi, but he's definitely mean, and he's he's definitely not missing. Being where he used to be. So
no, it didn't look like he missed the beat at all. He looked like he was on point. I mean, no, he's not fast as No, he's not fast as Bush, as you said, but he was still. I mean, he was connecting, and I thought them two actually worked really well together. I thought it was a great match.
Yeah,
I mean, Bushi again getting hurt again.
I'll watch that. The AEW tonight because I've already watched New Japan.
Right.
So, yeah, and Double YWH, she went ahead and spent the money.
Double YWH, you're gonna watch the AEW.
Yeah, it's not free for
other countries.
So, but
I'll probably get I'll probably watch the AEW probably afterwards if I'm still up. But like I gotta go with that G1, man. I mean, come on. Like, how do you not?
Yeah.
And
how do you not?
I thought the crowd in Dallas was good.
I thought they were excellent. Zeus, I thought they were into it.
Yeah, they were definitely. I mean, yeah, there was a lot of seats not sold, but
yeah, there was a lot of empty seats.
But those weren't. They sold the seats that they wanted to sell. Initially, I mean, if it had been a bigger wrestling, I mean, if it had connected with more people, I mean, it looked like about 5,000-6,000 people, maybe.
Yeah, about that.
Let me go ahead and apologize for the state of Texas.
Yeah, I don't know why you guys aren't into New Japan, man.
I mean, I don't know what the deal is here that they. I thought that this show would sell out like on the minutes within going on sale.
It was a good show.
It never really completely sold out. So
that crowd was definitely into the main event. They were definitely behind Okada.
Yes.
They were into that main event, boy. Let me tell you, they were really into it. They
were into
actually kind of, yeah. That kind of pumped me up, yeah.
So then that was last Saturday, and then last Sunday comes PWX Pro Wrestling Experience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, baby.
So once again, Zeus heads down to the Grady Cole Center for the second time this year to watch wrestling, and I as I always do, I get there early, and I have I always bring snacks and things in case there's. I was able to share with other people last time, but and then there was, it was nice. There's a line at least 100 people when I got there for the meet and greet. It was over 100 people deep when I got there.
So those some great pictures, by the way. Great pictures.
There were some really good. Like most of mine are crap, but a lot of the ones I shared. There's this photographer, her name's Marie, and she's on. She got to kind of be the official photographer, and she was front row taking any great photo you see shared through the PWX social media. It's all her, and I mean she was right there, front row center, and she's fantastic.
Because I like that picture with you and Liger, by the way. That was a hot pick.
Yes,
that's a hot pick.
So
I was like, look at Zeus! Holy shit, man! Look at this tag team right here. Thunder and Lightning, like you said, right? Thunder and Lightning.
Yeah, man, Thunder and Lightning.
That's hot.
Yeah, so I got to meet. It was the when you paid for both, they sent you through to Roppongi 3K first,
Okay.
And so I just handed my phone to somebody and let them take the pictures. But I handed them copies of the art I drew, and right off, Rocky Romero goes, "Hey, yeah," he's like, "This is that guy I told you guys about last time."
Nice.
And so they really loved the art. They were shocked, surprised. They really liked it, and I told them too. I was like, "Yeah," I said, "I like those, like the Tempura Boys too." And they were like, "Oh, you know? Yeah." I'm like, "Yeah, I know." I'm like, "Yeah, everybody knows y'all are the Tempura Boys." But yeah.
Uh-huh.
So, that it was, just nothing but super nice guys, and and then they signed a copy of the art for me as well. So, and then I went and got in the Liger line, and then got to give him a copy of that art, and he did big, whoa, So, and he really liked that a lot, and he signed a copy for me, which I felt really good about, because kind of the way they were running it is like, if you wanted an extra 8x10 from them, they wanted another entire $50 for the meet and greet.
Really?
Yeah, which I thought was I was like, if you just
You greedy
pre-sold extra,
bastards.
I mean, if they'd have pre-sold $25 for, extra 8x10s, I mean, they would have made a lot more money. But I mean, that's their decision. Okay. So
they're definitely trying to squeeze you.
yeah, and so then while I was in line waiting to see Liger, that's when I got the brilliant idea to tell the person taking the picture was, "Hey, take some pictures of me giving this to Liger," which I wished I would have done. Which I wished I would have done when I was in the Roppongi line.
Right.
But so that was really cool. Liger was super nice. And then then they made after it was all said and done, they made everybody leave, and then you had to line back up, come back and get in, because they just weren't ready. So and I mean, it's the same thing they did at New Japan. So I didn't mind. I went back and sat in my car for an hour, and and that way got to share with everybody, on Twitter and everything. So
yeah, actually, I love those pics with you and Roppongi, and then I love the pic with you and Liger, man. That was an awesome pic, man. That was an awesome
pic. He's roaring when they were taking the picture. He's
that's
going,
hot.
"Ah!" and that's what made me smile so big. And I'm like, "You're." So yeah,
He's really soaking this in, is he? He's really soaking this all in, is he?
Yeah, and I mean, and I bet there was no less than 250 people there for the meet and greet.
Okay, that's good. That's good. He should get a lot of people, man. He deserves it, man. He's such a great talent. He's awesome.
Just I mean, one of the the greatest of all time.
Easily. Does he look beat up, Zeus, or no?
Huh?
Does he look beat up or no?
No, he doesn't look beat up, but he's definitely not. He's. I mean, of course, he's not where he was 30 years ago.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
I mean, he's just but he's
not Muda.
Yeah. No, he's still in great shape. He's still he still loves it. So we came back in for the show, and they started the show with a video, like a PSA, and it was the owners of PWX basically telling everybody, "Hey, we want everybody to have a good time, and if you're going to be insulting and abusive to other fans, we're going to throw you out with no refund. So I thought that was a nice thing to do, and it's shitty that it happens. You hear stories. You hear stories about where people don't have where people are getting harassed, or they're getting into arguments and stuff like that. So it's kind of terrible that you have to do that, but it's kind of good to know that maybe some of these people who are who like to, because there are people that like to go to shows to be dickheads.
Yeah.
And and I'll get to one of those here in a little bit, but
suplex time.
Not all that, but still. But the night started out with some good matches. They got a group of guys overall there that are pretty decent, really. I mean, their world champion, quote unquote, is a guy named Slim J, and he's got like an Eminem type of look and gimmick to him.
Mm-hmm.
He's really athletic, and like when he's hurt, he really looks believably hurt. Like you're like, oh man, it's like that must have hurt like a motherfucker because of that look on his face. But he didn't really connect with the crowd, and the people there didn't. It was a really quiet match. And I would like, because I didn't know the guy, and I was like, I didn't know if he was supposed to be a heel or a face.
Right.
So like for him, he needed to engage the crowd a little more, even though his opponent was clearly the bad guy, and was managed by a heel manager. And actually, the guy that he's like their big heel manager there in PWX. He used to manage Cedric Alexander before he left for WWE.
Oh, okay.
And he was wearing Crocs, and he was doing all kinds of great heel stuff. And like there were some guys that were trying to cheer for him, and he told them they were stupid, and so they turned on him. So it was, and it's funny you mentioned that one wrestler who she's a kaiju hunter. Well,
yeah, Shoko Nakajima.
Yeah. So what's her name?
The Kaiju.
Yeah, American Kaiju. Yeah,
there you go.
I can't remember her name.
I know I'm drawing
Lindsay
a blank
Snow.
too.
Lindsay Snow. Yeah. So she's her nickname's the American Kaiju, and she comes in and she has a good match, and she does a nice leap to the outside, and she's very kid friendly, like that was a really good connection to the fans, because I mean you look at her and she's very unconventional looking. She's not she doesn't look like a cheerleader or anything, so she made that connection with the fans.
Mm-hmm.
That you needed to to get the fans behind you. So and then they also had Brian Pillman in a 4-way match. He beat Darius Lockhart, Patrick Scott, and Mason Miles. And Darius Lockhart I've heard of before, and Pillman Jr. was really over with the fans. They were really behind him, and he won that match to get a title shot. So, and then afterwards, Darius Lockhart, who's kind of he's kind of a heel, but he he cut a good promo about being disappointed in himself, and striving to do better and things like that. So
mm-hmm.
And then Roppongi 3K came out.
Oh, wait a second, Zeus. Wait a second.
Yeah.
You showed us something in the chat room I thought was super cool. It was a picture you took of Brian Pillman like years ago, like in the 90s, and then you have pictures of his son, like from the present day.
Yeah, it's very true. I saw Pillman. I saw him and Tom Zink against the Midnight Express.
Tom Zink, wow.
Yeah, in Greensboro, and Zink botched a move in that match.
No, really?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, but that was Pillman in the Bengals tights, and the other match I saw him in Winston. It was when he was kind of in that tweener phase, and he had like a 20-minute time limit draw with Ricky Steamboat.
Whoa,
that must have been cool. That must have been cool.
Yeah, and so being able to see him and then see Brian Pillman Jr. was pretty special. And if there's any complaint about this card to be had, and I've said this several times, is that Liger and Pillman Jr. should have been in the same match.
Yeah,
either on the same team, or against each other.
It just makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it just makes logical sense.
It does make sense, and I do understand that they're trying to put Pillman Jr. into this title match and everything, but I mean, Liger only comes along. He comes along never again in 2019.
Yep.
You'll never get him again.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but somebody brought a photo of from a Liger and Pillman match and gave it to Pillman Jr. And then Pillman Jr. and Liger took a photo together holding that.
Nice.
Which was really nice. And
that's cool.
That's the first time they'd ever met each other. Can you believe that?
That's crazy.
Isn't it?
And again, crazy that they didn't have them do something.
Yeah, they should have been. He should have. He could have been a surprise tag team, at the end, or something, or
at least do a run in.
Yeah,
do a run in to help Liger out at the end.
Have them go face to face, and then they just shake hands at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But there again, I'm it's not my wrestling group. I'm not the guy putting all.
I'm telling you, you got to start booking shit, Zeus. I'm telling you, you got to start booking shit because these guys are brutal with the booking.
Yeah. Well, once again, they're doing what they felt was best for their business. That's their business.
Right,
and it's still a good show. It was still a good show. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
Like I said, one little complaint that was it. Then there's this dude named Harlem Bravado, and he's like apparently the human globetrotter. It's a terrible name, isn't it? It's a terrible name. Now, also let me top it all off with the fact that this dude is white. Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Harlem Bravado, and he's white.
Yes. Right.
Okay. Wow.
He's white. He looks like Kylo Ren with better hair. And
my god.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not kidding you. Not at all. And and so it was him versus Rocky Romero. Rocky comes out. Rocky's super over.
Oh, he's awesome. I like Rocky Romero.
And they had a good match. It was about 20 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Okay. And I mean, Rocky can still go. I mean, I don't know. Some people are like, well, Rocky's getting a little old. I'm like, going, where? I'm like, he just wrestled in G1, show yesterday. And I'm like, he's here the next day. And,
he was killing it in Ring of Honor, too. He was killing it when he was in Ring of Honor. So
he can still go. I don't know. People shouldn't call him old. I know he's done a lot in his career.
yeah, he can go. He can
He's
go.
been
Yeah,
around a while, but damn, he did a great job with this dude. And this bravado dude, to his credit, not a bad wrestler. Really wasn't, not at all. And at one point, he yells at Rocky, I need this.
Oh my god!
And but it connected with the fans, and so we booed his ass. You know?
Nice.
And
Nice.
and how does Rocky win the match? With a very sneaky move.
Oh,
Because he's the king of sneaky style. So
I like Rocky Romero. He's good.
yeah.
Sounds like it was a fun match.
Yeah, it was. And like I said, Roppongi 3K, they wrestled these guys, Drew Adler and this other dude, Tracer X. Tracer X was at that. He was at the New Japan show as well.
Mm.
And of course, Roppongi 3K is way over. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what these other two guys were thinking, just because they're wearing some star-spangled looking trunks and stuff that they thought they're going to win the crowd over. And then at one point, and everybody's cheering and clapping for them through the whole thing. And this one fan yells out, "Why are y'all cheering for them? Or y'all are a bunch of commies?" And I went, "Japan's a democracy."
Commies?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Commies. I was like, you know that if you graduated 3rd grade. And then I stopped because I was like, oh god, I don't want to get thrown out for.
What is this? 1985, the Eastern Bloc? You know what I'm saying? Oh my god!
Really? I know. It's like we're not cheering for the Russians here.
Oh my god! Oh.
But yeah, they're
commies. Why are you rooting for them? They're commies.
Yeah. Are y'all a bunch of commies?
I would have been nuts on them. On them.
Commies. Hell, you talking about? But I had other great fans all around me. So that that was a lot of fun. And then the final match was okay. Let me get all these names right here. All right, so the bad guys are a trio called the Revolt, and it's this dude called the Man Scout Jake Manning, and they're like crazy, like they're half Boy Scout, half paramilitary looking guys. It's a funny looking thing here.
Okay.
And it's this guy Jake Manning, Zane Riley, and Caleb Conley. And Caleb Conley I'm very familiar with. He was the last AML champion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
dropped the belt to George South.
George South,
because he was going to go Impact or something, right? And
well, he'd been in Impact, and
okay.
Yeah, and he would go there when they needed him, and so I think all that is behind him now. But he's been in PWX and he's been pretty happy about that. I got to speak to him for a few minutes. He's been really happy where he is now. So good, it's good for him. Mm-hmm. And so it was the Revolt guys against Liger, this guy named Ethan Case, and John Schuyler. John Schuyler I'd seen before at WrestleCade and some other place. He was at the New Japan show as well, and he's the Southern Savior. And then this Ethan Case guy, I swear I've seen him before somewhere else, but I think he looked different. The last time I saw him, it's probably been a couple of years since I've seen this guy. And but he had tights made up that were with the Liger pattern on it.
Nice.
Oh,
yeah. Cool. So it was a nice tribute, and you could tell these two guys. I mean, these are two like the the top guys in PWX, two of the top faces, and so is them with Jushin Liger, for the big main event. And you know how it's like, sometimes comedy, slips into wrestling, here and there. We've seen it, and there's varying degrees of it. And this Zane Riley guy does this thing where he takes his thumb and he sticks it up your butt, and then he suplexes you.
What? Everybody wants to be Joyride now. Oh.
Sadly, I saw him do this at Showcase of Champions at WrestleCade last year.
Wow.
Right. So he does that
God.
to. I can't remember if it was he did it to Ethan Case or John Schuyler. He did it to one of them. And then he goes to do it to Jushin Liger.
No.
Oh my God! You got to be kidding me.
No.
So Jushin Liger blocks it, and then he does it. He puts his thumb up Zane Riley's butt and suplexes him.
Oh
my God!
The proctologist fucking gimmick here.
Yeah. So that was that crept in there. And I'm like, who am I to tell Jushin Liger if that doesn't make you fucking happy on your retirement tour?
Yeah, exactly. Right?
I'm not gonna sit here and shit on it. The man survived brain cancer. He had a brain tumor removed.
Yeah,
and kept on wrestling. So there's no reason to to get upset about it.
Hey, he's Jushin Liger. He can do whatever the hell he wants.
Exactly.
This is a long time ago, but do y'all remember some of the weird stories about him and Sasuke and stuff they were doing, like swapping their wives and things like that? So maybe
I heard some stuff like that. I heard there was some wife swapping involved. I don't know if it's true, but
yeah, I mean it was a long time ago.
Yeah,
those stories.
Hear all kinds of stories. Yeah, you're a little freaky.
Well, he did that. He did that invisible hand grenade spot in PWG.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
And then he did like a rewind. Like a remote control rewind, and he did some other silly stuff. But I mean, it's like, okay, well, you wrestle with Yano, so
yeah,
right. So,
how'd you look in the ring, Zeus?
He still looked good. I mean, Shote palm strikes everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
He ends the match with, of course, he's the third man in, and when he got tagged in, I was really, everybody was really psyched, and everybody was, really psyched and really, excited, and they tagged in Conley, who, like I said, Conley can go. I mean, I've seen him go with PJ Black, he was in that ladder match at WrestleCade with Psychosis and Luchasaurus and Mil Muertes and Marty the Moth, and I mean he's good. I mean, he wrestled Chase Owens the next day too. So I was really excited to see that, and I think those two could have had a really great match 1-on-1. But like I said, that that was a fun thing, and then Liger ended up doing a brainbuster on a blue tent.
Oh,
nice!
There's a blue tent brought into the ring, and apparently the blue tent even has a Twitter account.
Oh.
Well, the brainbuster was still Chris. That was still
Chris. Yeah,
yes.
That's one of his signatures. So he'll always keep that crisp.
Right, and so he nailed that and got the 1, 2, 3.
Good. I like Liger, man. Good for him, man. And good for PWX for pulling it off, getting him.
Exactly. Yeah. The day after, and
after G1,
yeah, and I believe he said. I believe Liger stayed. Like he left Monday to go back to Japan, and it was about the perfect length of a show. The fans were nice.
No idiots, right?
Yeah, really, really low idiots. I mean, the one lady, calling the Japanese people who like Japanese wrestlers commies is really weird.
Yeah, that just makes no.
How's the cheese
sense.
factor, Zeus? How's the cheese factor?
There's no cheese at all.
No cheese.
At all.
Nice.
Excellent.
No.
Good job.
I haven't.
No Asiago, no blue cheese.
No Munster. No
Munster.
Roquefort. No.
Excellent.
No Venezuelan beaver cheese. It sounds even worse now, but I got that from a 40-year-old. That's from a 40-year-old Monty Python.
Holy shit!
That's
good. That's good.
Oh, and I got to talk with Bruce Mitchell from Pro Wrestling Torch in the in the extraordinarily long line to get concessions, and one guy I know from social media, and he walked up, "Hey, are you Zeus?" And I'm like, Yes, I am. Like, hey, I'm Larry. I'm like, hey, Larry. Yeah, it's like, he had his handful of, drinks and hot dogs.
Zeus got fans. Everywhere he goes, Zeus has fans.
Did he say what he knew you from?
Yeah, I knew him. Once I saw him and he said my name's Larry, I knew who he was. But like his photo of him, you think he's a taller guy because he favors the guy from The Hangover, the dentist.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah.
He favors that guy a little bit. So you look at that. You look at his photograph, and you just automatically assume he's tall and he's short.
Yeah. Okay.
But and then there was a couple other nice people I'd met. Got to meet, and so.
There was selling any Liger merch?
Yes, they had a shirt, and I didn't care for it.
Okay.
It was all right, but I didn't love it for $35.
Gotcha.
For $20.
New Japan Charlotte shirt that you were wearing is a big hit.
Yes. I had a lot. There were several people there that had apparently been there. I wished I'd have bought more than one now, but yeah, that I couldn't wear my Switchblade shirt. Well, yeah, I mean, you can't go meet Liger and Chaos members wearing a fucking Bullet Club shirt. I mean, that's just not a good look.
That's not a good look.
That'd have been rude.
Yeah. Just a little.
Well, I mean, Rocky doesn't play. He's. You talk about Jay White around Rocky Romero. He gets pissed.
Good.
He does.
I tell you, nobody likes Jay White. You see?
Hey. All right. Everybody's different. Like I said, I'm not waving that in Rocky and
yeah, smart. Yeah, smart move.
Yeah. Because they are ripped, and I swear to God, those two. I mean, and I talked to Bruce about this. I said, Show and Yo are so much like the Fantastics, and I bet they don't even know who the Fantastics are. They're just super baby face, over, super athletic.
That match at G1 was pretty good too.
Yeah, with Gorillas of Destiny.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm not famous.
Super.
Super. I am not
super famous.
Nor super famous.
But it is a superstar.
He had a guy in his line of succession. I asked him to sign his Diet Coke.
It's just, it's nice to be recognized. But
can you sign my Pepsi for me?
Right. You find my NWA commemorative pin?
Yeah.
But yeah, PWX runs a good show. I'd go see another PWX show even without those guys there. I wouldn't mind going to see another one where I could, because
how big was the show, Zeus? How many people do you think were there?
Well, this one website, I believe is Body Slam, bodyslam.com, bodyslam.net. They said that there was like 650 people there, which was the highest attended PWX show of all time.
Okay, that's good.
So
that's cool.
Oh, and they had there was a battle royal in there too, and it was like 10 guys in it, and they did it kind of Rumble style, where people were cycled in, which if there's any invention that the WWF ever got right, it's the Rumble. Just to keep it
version of the battle royal,
right? Because, just the flow of it, and just so you don't have, 10 or 12 fucking people in the ring at the same time, because that's just that just loses me, and it's lost. I've never liked battle royals since I was like 10 years old. It's like I think the first battle royal I saw that didn't have Andre the Giant in it was just the most boring crap I'd ever seen. Because when Andre was in there, he's just picking guys up, just throwing them.
Yeah.
He's just body slamming them over the top rope
and smiling while he's doing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Royal Rumble, they got that right, because like every 2 minutes the crowd pops. Every 2 minutes the crowd is popping, so it's good.
Yeah. And then PWX they had a great sound system. Not too loud, but good loud. And there's a lot of PWX fans there, so I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Good, that's awesome, Zeus. Good job.
Like I said, and like when I saw Liger and he held his hand out and I handed him the art, it was just like this surreal moment. It's like, wow. It's like this is this guy, it's Liger. He really is a legend. And it was just, it's just kind of one of those things. It's like there wasn't anything else in the world. I couldn't hear anything else.
Right. It was everything was blocked off. You were just in the moment. You were in the moment. Yeah. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Good job, brother. Good job.
So, and there's a very good chance that I may actually, I'm like, if I'm like that for freaking Liger, I may actually faint when I meet Muda.
I was just about to say we have to carry the oxygen.
So might have to take smelling salts.
Yeah, that's all right.
Just in case.
I'll give you some of my heart medicine. You be good.
So
I'll have to pay people to watch over both of you. Be like, I don't want to lose 2/3 of the podcast.
Oh my God, Zeus fainted and he fell right on top of James. It's over.
No, when he fainted, he fell back. His head hits your head.
Yeah, that's it.
We crashed through the plate glass window off the the Bank Convention Center and fall down onto Cherry Street and get run over by a fucking Uber.
No.
Then we'll bitch about how the glass wasn't gimmicked.
Yeah. We'll be talking about that for weeks.
Yeah.
They told us that was going to be, it was going to be candy glass.
Yeah. What's up, man? That was real shit, man. Come on, man. I'm still picking out pieces out of my forearm.
I look like AR Fox after Halloween.
Yeah, there you go. Oh my God. Oh. Speaking of AR Fox, man, is he WWE?
No, I don't think so.
No, right? Okay.
Shane,
he was
Shane
in
Strickland is.
Greensboro about 3 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
The
Strickland
kill shots in WWE. He's in NXT, but
Isaiah something.
Yeah, I don't remember his NXT name.
Isaiah Creed or something like that.
Are you kidding me? Oh my god!
They renamed him.
Yeah, I don't know why he can't just be Shane Strickland, but
that's what I thought it would be, Shane Strickland.
Well, you know what though? If I was Shane Strickland, I'd be glad that they had a name.
Okay, that's true.
You know, then you don't have
to
use
it after he leaves. Right.
After decide to leave. Like who knows? He may be there for the rest of his career. Who knows?
Yeah.
But and plus he always has that to fall back on, even if he goes to the main roster. You know, it's like, you know, if they over gimmick him, you know.
Well, did you hear like a lot of the NXT stars actually don't want to get called up?
Shit, can you blame them?
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Adam Cole don't want to get called up. They have a lot of people don't want to get called up because they like because they actually like the NXT atmosphere.
I mean, Adam Cole, I like him. I like him well enough and all that, but he's not going to get over with them on the main.
No, he won't get over on the main roster.
There'll be a brief moment of people doing the bay thing, and then that'll be it. That'll be all he'll have.
Yeah, like him and Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa all need to stay down there because they actually make that brand. You know?
I mean, that's bad for them, I guess, but it's
not really, Pedro. It's because all three of those guys are making good money. So either way, it's not like they, because it's not like they're getting shitty paychecks. They're featured on every NXT pay-per-view, like all the big shows, and they're all getting paid. So I don't think it's all right. I think it's a good deal for them. I don't want to see, because like you said, Pedro, it will be a brief moment, and then that's it. It'll be crickets.
It's like Bobby Roode. Okay, Bobby Roode is
horrible.
He's a natural heel. First off. Natural heel. They should never be trying to give him a babyface push just because his theme song is over. But he comes up,
the only thing that was over with Bobby Roode, it was his theme song.
The only thing he had over is his theme song, and they thought it was gonna carry him through a face thing or something, but it made no sense. It just makes no sense.
This is what happens when a company has too much talent.
And
they just don't know what to do with them.
And they hoard it.
Yeah.
Because all the time that they waste with Shane McMahon on the air.
Oh yeah. God, come on. Anderson just resigned too. Because I was kind of disappointed in that.
Anderson and Gallows?
Yeah.
Because they were talking about they were pretty much out the door.
Yeah. And all of a sudden everything changed and they're staying. I was like, what?
I did not hear about this. They re-signed for
they're on the verge of
the WWE is making everyone go on 5-year deals right now.
Yeah. AJ Styles resigned. Yeah.
I figured Styles would.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he's over 40 already. He's a little beat up too.
But Styles have been still featured so prominent.
Yeah. He was.
Anderson and Gallows have been just hey, here, would you like to host our version of Botchamania? Oh yeah, that's where you think we're going to be useful at.
That's horrible. I guess a dominant tag team like that and just bury them. It's horrible.
They've never given them a good run.
No.
The whole time they've been there, they've never gotten any kind of just do at all. I mean,
AOP made a flash, right? AOP showed up with a big pop and then they disappeared.
Yeah. Oh, the stuff with them went downhill so fast. I mean, Just the whole deal with the Drake Maverick as their
Yeah,
manager, and they did that thing where they had him like pissing his pants, and so
the whole thing with Paul
AO,
Ellering, and it's
yeah,
horrible.
so like AOP became like a whole different like meaning to it because of the whole manager pissing his pants angle, and
It's just stupid, man. It's stupid. Well, the only thing, I mean, now you have Heyman and Bischoff taking over each show, so we'll see what happens. But I'm not, I'm not impressed. You want to impress me? He either does the apples or shit a fruit salad, then I'll be impressed.
what?
Because this ain't doing it.
God, egad,
This ain't doing it, man. I mean, it's the same old stuff. It's recycled, and you have such good talent that they're just sitting there playing with themselves in the back. I mean, use these people. The most stupidest thing in the world was that 24/7 championship, and it ends up being the best thing about that show.
Yeah.
Because it's using like EC3, it's using Drake Maverick.
R-Truth.
Like R-Truth is hilarious.
Yeah.
So I mean, other than that, it's like,
But it's like, but that came about as an accident.
Yeah.
It's like that's succeeding. That's succeeding in spite of their intentions. But it's like that's fans' biggest enjoyment for in WWE. Like you look at the content they make from that stuff on their YouTube, it's it's like more hits than the serious stuff.
Yeah, because it's actually entertaining.
Yeah,
it's actually entertaining, and I'm sorry, but I'm already tired of the whole Seth Rollins and fucking Becky Lynch and
the man's man.
You want to talk about a couple with no chemistry? Brutal.
What?
My God.
They probably have plenty of chemistry off the air, like
I'm
real
sure
life,
I'm sure, but this.
But like when you're trying to translate that into a scripted thing, it's not the same. If they just went out there and were themselves, it might come off more. But again,
my God.
I mean, look, we're talking about Seth Rollins, the guy who we were just talking about over the last 2 weeks and his whole diarrhea mouth and stuff. So.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Y'all saw the thing where he picked Becky up, kind of like the Dirty Dancing thing.
Yeah.
I did not see this.
I saw that. Yeah.
Oh, it is. Yeah. Oh God, it's terrible because like I guess he was tired after at the it was at the end of a match or whatever, but he barely picks her up and he has to put her right back down. And,
oh my God.
Oh yeah. And somebody was like, "Oh, this is so good," and I'm like, and then I went and found the Tessa Blanchard versus Ricochet match, and I was like, no, this was really good, and he's got Tessa above his head, and they do a full spin around, and then Ricochet drops her on her face.
Nice.
Dang.
Probably payback for a lot of headaches, she calls them. Actually, speaking of Tessa Blanchard, I heard she's getting a lot of rub after the whole thing with Sami Callihan on Impact. I heard that match was pretty good.
Once again, she didn't win. She didn't win the match or anything, but she's apparently busting her ass and having a good match and getting the crap beat out of her. It's
she should stay out of WWE. Don't
I think so
do
too.
it. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
I mean,
they'll just bury her.
Well, it all depends. It all depends on where they're at in 5 years. Because if you think about, where Charlotte's going to be, and all these other girls who are their mainstays.
True.
Where they're going to be in 5 years, because Tessa's like 23.
Yeah, she's young. She's young.
And, and so who knows?
Yeah, that's true. That is true. But there's a lot of wrestling going on this weekend for people to watch, so it should be interesting,
Yeah.
Well, so I've never watched Evolve. Does anyone know the lineup of the show? Let me look it up.
Yeah, look it up. I had it this morning. I'm sorry, Pedro. I had it this morning and I misplaced it. It was on my tablet. I think I X'd it out or something.
List of Evolve wrestling events. I'm trying.
It's an anniversary show, I think it is.
Okay.
I don't know those people.
But yeah, apparently there's gonna be some WWE people mixed in with it.
Yeah, they always do have some NXT people and stuff on their shows. Because they're like affiliated. Let's see. Evolve's 10th anniversary celebration.
That's it.
Okay, Adam Cole is defending the NXT title against Akira Tozawa. Drew Gulak versus Matt Riddle. Josh Briggs versus Anthony Green. I don't know either guy.
Bro.
Okay, Vince Russo, what the hell?
No, that's Matt Riddle's gimmick. Bro.
A winner takes all match for both the WWN Championship and the Evolve Championship between WWN champion JD Drake and Austin Theory, the Evolve champion.
Don't know.
I've seen some of Austin Theory. He's athletic and he's young, but he doesn't have a whole lot going on. But I think he's still young. He's still, whatever. So Anthony Henry versus Arturo Ruas. Supposed to be a grudge match. I don't know who either guy is. I apologize. Baba Tunde. I don't know how you say this guy's name. Baba Tunde. Baba Tunde. Versus Colby Carino. Is he?
That's Steve Carino's son.
Yeah. Okay.
He's thin, but he's really quick. He's got really good basics. Very good fundamentals. Okay. And he's pretty much a fairly modern style wrestler.
Apparently that Babatunde guy is a Polish professional wrestler and former American football player. He played for something called the Polish American Football League. What the fuck is that?
What the hell is that?
I don't know.
Oh, in
2000, like a bad 80s joke, though.
In 2015,
what is that? Sega game?
In 2015, was signed by the Minnesota Vikings. Participated in the preseason, playing 3 preseason games, and then was part of roster cuts.
Oh, aka Brock Lesnar. Okay.
Yeah. So then you have Kurt Stallion versus Sean Maluta versus Stephen Wolf versus Harlem Bravado. And a fatal 4-way match.
Now I gotta see this Harlem Bravado. Now I gotta see Harlem Bravado. You see?
Oh,
everybody wants a piece of Harlem Bravado now.
Yeah, everyone wants a piece of Harlem Bravado.
For the Evolve tag team titles, you have Eddie Kingston and Joe Gacy, defending versus AR Fox and Leon Ruff. So I guess AR Fox will be on the WWE Network.
Yeah, he's on WWE show. Look at that.
And then you have Brandy Lauren versus Shotzi Blackheart. And I don't know who Brandy Lauren is.
I've never even heard of her.
Yeah, we all know who she is.
Yeah,
but I don't know who Brandy Lauren is.
Yeah, I don't know Brandy Lauren. I never even heard of her. Now I gotta see it just for
Harlem Bravado.
Harlem Bravado.
Yes. Harlem Bravado.
Yeah. I gotta watch the Mall show now. And then we got Extreme Rules tomorrow, which should suck.
You know what? I'm gonna look that up real fast. I didn't even know that there was a WWE show going on.
And I believe it's Seth and Becky against Lacey and
Corbin. The stipulation is like actually both belts are on the line.
Okay, here we go. So the WWE Extreme Rules. Where is this show from? It's going to be in Philadelphia.
Oh my
Boy, that's
God!
gonna be
At the Wells Fargo
That's a great
Center.
place to have a shitty card like that.
Oh my God! Why would you do that Why would you do that? What? See. Oh, go ahead.
Okay,
The few
so
fans that do show up are gonna rip them a new ass.
Yeah, exactly.
For the Raw Tag Team titles, you have the Revival defending against the Usos. You have a last man standing match between Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley.
Okay.
You've got Ricochet defending the U.S. title versus AJ Styles.
That should be okay.
You have Aleister Black versus Cesaro.
That should be okay too.
For the SmackDown Tag Team titles, you have Daniel Bryan and Rowan versus the New Day versus Heavy Machinery. So it's a 3-way. For the Cruiserweight title, you have Drew Gulak defending against Tony Nese. There's a handicap match for the SmackDown Women's title. It's Bayley versus Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. You've got Kofi Kingston defending the WWE title versus Samoa Joe. You have the match. Y'all told me about this before. I think I can't believe this, but the No Holds Barred tag team match: The Undertaker and Roman Reigns versus Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre.
Why?
Yeah,
so
why?
Somebody please tell me why. Why are WWE continually dragging out The Undertaker, putting him in matches? Why?
I don't know. And then, are
their ratings that bad? Or is the attendance numbers going down the toilet? Are you really reaching that far back into your past to bring out the fucking Undertaker again and again and again?
And then you have Last Chance Winners Take All mixed tag team match for both the Universal title and the Raw Women's title is Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch defending against Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans.
Oh my God, this looks like a typical Raw show. It was brutal.
Some of these matches do seem really brutal.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure AJ Styles and Ricochet will be good. Maybe. It depends on what they're allowed to do.
Good.
Up to what they're allowed to do.
Yeah. Oh, YYH. We all thought Undertaker retired.
Yeah,
he should rest in peace. Okay.
They keep throwing money at him. Like at this point, I'm just like, how do you fucking, not have enough money at this point? I mean, because that's the only reason he's getting out there. But at this point,
he paid those Zeus? He's paid already. He doesn't need the fucking money. Come on. So there has to be. There's got to be something. There has to be either Vince is calling in favors, or something. Because he looks horrible in the ring.
He does look terrible.
Isn't some of it like I've understood his participation on the Saudi shows, because my understanding is that they have asked for him.
They asked for him in the Saudi shows, yeah.
Right, yeah. Of course, they asked for Andre the Giant and Macho Man.
Yeah, I know.
That's right.
Didn't we say something like, imagine they should have done like hologram wrestling?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But he needs to stop. He can't go. I mean,
come on,
he had an amazing career. He needs to. He's one of the best, like in terms of gimmicks. He's one of the best WWE created gimmicks. It's like
it's one of the best gimmicks. Period.
Yeah,
it's an amazing gimmick, and you know what? And he's never broken. On camera at least, he's never broken kayfabe. He's always stuck to the gimmick. Always. That's a lot to be said these day and age, But, his time has come. That's it. It's over. He had a great run. He's the man. He's Hall of Fame. He's as advertised. He's everything is advertised. But, it's time, bro. It's time. That's it.
Well,
hang him up.
I want to say something really fast about CMLL.
Yeah, go ahead.
So this week on Tuesday at Arena Mexico, the main event was Barbaro Cavernario versus Dragon Lee.
Dragon Lee.
earlier this year, those two had like a fantastic match. Everyone should go see it. They had a fantastic match earlier this year in Arena Mexico. So I know Bean and I were both like super pumped up for this main event. Like a lot of the undercard of this show was really bad, but we're like, okay, we're gonna have this. We're gonna have this main event. They had this one match. It wasn't very good, and they had like a 20-minute angle afterwards of just people talking forever, making mask challenges and stuff. And we're like, oh, why is this just going on forever? Like you only need like 5 minutes or so to get this over. And so you get to the main event, they don't have much time, so they're just rushing, and it's just over. Like as it just starts to get good, and then they just end it. And we were so pissed off because we were our own faults. Admittedly, we got our own expectations up way too high. But the postscript to this is that so that show is over. It's like, oh, that was bad. And then Mas Lucha, do y'all know who that is?
The company?
Yeah, it's like a site, YouTube account. So they were premiering some IWRG show from recently. And so Bean's like, oh, let's watch this. Maybe this will be better than what the crap we just saw. So I'm like, okay, And so we're watching it, and the main event, a lot of this show was bad too, but this main event, oh my god, this main event, it was like a 10 or 12 person Exotico steel cage of death match. So like you have all these Exoticos in the ring, and they have to fight for a certain amount of time, and then when that time period goes up, it's all about scrambling out of the cage, and the last person left gets their head shaved. And so you got all these Exoticos, and they're it's not like when they're in against the regular luchadors. They can't do the whole kissing stuff because they're all Exoticos,
Right.
So they're just like stiffing the hell out of each other. So you got all these Exoticos beating the crap out of each other. Some of them just look like they pulled some of them looked almost like I got in the ring and put on an Exotico outfit and went for it. They looked like they were an Exotico for the weekend.
Nice.
But so they're having this awful match. The time period comes up. Exoticos are scrambling to get out. There is one dressed in purple, so we'll just call him the purple one, because I didn't catch any of the names. The purple one escapes, and you have one in white and one in red, left. And so the red and white ones are fighting it out. And the white Exotico is like escaping, and then here comes the purple one. The purple one comes back, and he's climbing up, and he's fighting with the white one, and he's climbing back in, and then the red one comes up, and the purple one manages to yank the white one off the deal, and so you're like, oh, the red one's going to escape now. He's going to win, is what we're thinking.
Right.
But the red one doesn't escape. They go for a spot off the top or something, and then it keeps going. And then suddenly it becomes clear to us, because I had forgotten this. YYH actually reminded me of this in AAA. This wasn't AAA, but in AAA they had a match like this where when someone escaped, Psycho Clown escaped from one of these matches, and then he came back in. He re-entered the match. So we thought the purple one was.
I love these rules, man. You love these rules. Awesome.
We thought the purple guy was safe because he had already escaped earlier, but no. Apparently, by climbing back in, he re-entered the match. So
Nice.
the white Exotico, they escape, and now it's the purple one and the red one, and eventually the red one escapes, and the purple one who had escaped but had re-entered gets their head shaved, and there's this whole long thing of them crying, and they have someone with them, and they're crying together, and they do this promo, and then they get their head shaved, and oh my god,
it sounds brutal. It sounds like you've been sitting there watching it, page going, "What the hell am I looking at?"
Well, yeah, Bean and I were freaking out about it, and I was freaking out about it to YYH too at the same time. So, yeah, it was not good.
Brutal. Speaking of not good, when is Triple Mania again?
I think it's August 3rd, right?
August 3rd, right? Somewhere around there, yeah.
Yeah.
And then even more about not good. Does anybody want to touch on Enzo and Joey Janela big throwdown?
Oh shit! I forgot about that.
Anybody want to touch on that? Because they look like
Go
two
for
hamsters.
it, James. Go
They
for
look
it.
like two hamsters fighting over a piece of lettuce in a cage. All right, those guys need to get bitch slapped, both of them. All right, the left and the right for each of them. Okay, those are idiots.
Well, here's the thing: is that it from what it sounds like is what Joey was saying is he was drunk as fuck.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's what he said. Yeah.
He said he was drunk as fuck. He never met Enzo before. He went to go say hello, but Enzo didn't know who the fuck he was, basically.
Right.
And so he kind of thought he was about to be accosted or hassled or whatever. And then they started that bullshit. And then somebody said to Joey, he's like, you better got your ass kicked. He's like, yeah, probably, because Enzo's a fucking trained boxer and I was drunk as fuck. So, I mean, at least he's
honest
not
about
out there making he's not out there being a
big dick,
an idiot. He's not a big idiot about it as fucking Enzo is.
Yeah,
Enzo's a fucking clown, Zeus. Enzo's a fucking clown. Okay, he's just a clown. All right, he should just stay. You know what? He should just go. Oh my God, just go sit in a playpen. You know what? Just put him in a corner. You know, just oh my God, he's an idiot.
That video is hilarious because they're just like,
that's
he's
like the worst.
You want to fight?
In my life.
You want to fight? They're just like a lot of circling, but no anything. Like, come on, you want to fight? Yeah, come on. And then you were saying about Joey Janela. Did you hear his play-by-play? I think I showed y'all his play-by-play. It was like Enzo punched him in the face, and then he put his finger in Enzo's face, and then someone told him that
a great response.
It was being filmed.
Response, by the way.
You think so?
Yeah, that's a great response. I got punched in my face, so let me retaliate by sticking my finger right in your nose. Yeah, good job.
Yeah.
Idiot.
Oh, my God. Yeah, I was just when I read that, I was like, who puts their finger in the face as a reply to being punched? Like, has he never been in a real fight before?
I would love to see these two guys back in the 80s. I would love to see these two guys back in the 90s in the ECW ring and the ECW show.
New Jack's music hits? No.
Yeah, they just beat the shit out of both of them, you know? Just because they're idiots. Joey Janela, get out of here.
Hey, one more quick thing. I saw
YYHH, August 3rd. You're right, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I saw a little bit of that one championship. Is that what it's called? Is that mixed martial arts thing?
One fighting championship.
Yeah, out of FC. I think it's based in somewhere Singapore. And then this show was in Malaysia. And I saw just two fights. I saw Daichi Abe versus some guy named Ting. I didn't catch the first name of Ting. Yeah. And Abe had Ting like in the first round. He had him in big trouble, like knocked him down like 2 or 3 times, and Ting seemed like he was on his way out real fast, but then he kind of recovered and tried to go for some submissions, and he survived the first round, and then in the second round, it's like Abe seemed kind of like gassed, like he had punched himself out or something. And Ting just dominated and ended up tapping him like before the round was over. And the crowd, since this was in Malaysia and Ting is apparently from Malaysia, the crowd was like just losing it. They were like, it was just a big explosion. Well,
yeah,
nice.
One FC is really, it's a lot bigger than people realize because the United States is so it's like football. Everybody knows UFC. Most people here don't know ONE FC, but it legitimately is massive. I actually got to interview the owner and CEO of ONE FC years ago. Yeah, his name his name's Victor Cui, and he's
where they're based out of, Zeus?
Singapore.
Okay.
And he's he had a small promotion before he started One, and the idea for One FC was that they would also, they would bring in fighters from other promotions in Asia and kind of showcase them, and then give those fighters and promotions a bigger audience through their network, and also help themselves by having good fights to showcase. So, and then they also got other fighters out of that deal. So they've actually worked with Glory Kickboxing as well. But
cool.
Literally the amount of reach that they have, like it's conceivable within the next 10 years that they'll have an event that has 1 billion viewers.
Wow.
That they'll have because of the amount of people in Asia and the amount of people that have access to the channel that they're on.
Yeah, that thing I saw was on the BR Live, which you can watch Fight for the Fallen on tonight.
Yeah, but like through their cable systems, I mean, it's going to be ridiculous. And I remember when Victor was telling me this stuff, because we were talking about the populations of the countries that it's in, and it just made sense that at some point it's going to happen. I remember when I reported that for MMA Opinion, and people just laughed at me. But what it is that number is starting to resurface again. Like I saw Joe Rogan talking about that the other day, about how good One FC is and how big their reach is, and I'm just like, yeah, this shit I knew years ago. Thank you very much. Shit people laughed at me about. But yeah, it's pretty amazing. I mean, they've always had some really good stuff, some really good fighters. Shinya Aoki, Bibiano Fernandez. He turned down the UFC to go fight there, and Mighty Mouse Demetrius Johnson left the UFC and joined over there at One.
Cool. So, look at that, dropping knowledge,
dropping
that knowledge,
and
dropping
also
knowledge.
Yes,
the rules for One FC are slightly different than the UFC. The unified rules that UFC uses they're more partial to guys who are wrestlers.
Mm-hmm.
But in One FC, they still allow soccer kicks and kneeing and kicking your opponent while they're down.
So then you can really beat the shit out of somebody. Then.
Right, and it benefits the strikers more, which you have more of in in Asia. So
cool.
Yeah, some really exciting fights, and it's not like guys get soccer kicked in the head like 20 or 30 times. Like one or two clean shots, and that's the referee stepping in because you can't defend.
Right.
Yeah. To your the other match I saw was between these two ladies. Michelle Nicolini versus Angela Lee, I think, and
Angela Lee's good.
Yeah, they were doing a lot of Brazilian jiu-jitsu stuff. It seemed like Angela Lee won the first and the third rounds, and Nicolini won the second round. But let me say, I'm a novice at this stuff. So boxing wise, I would understand more, but not necessarily everything going on here. And I could tell they were doing stuff like Nicolini was doing stuff from underneath. So sometimes when Angela Lee was, quote unquote, on top of her, she wasn't really on top of her, like the other one was doing all this stuff from underneath. So,
right.
The Brazilian ended up winning like a decision, but, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. But anyways.
Great show. We went a little long.
Yeah,
good stuff today. No. Good stuff today, guys. Good stuff today.
Zeus brought the lightning and the thunder with his stories. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Good job, Zeus. Good job.
Thank you.
Y2H2, thanks for hanging out in the chat. YY. All right, you get to
That's
see
a
your
great-
beloved
that's a joke.
Angelico tonight. Yay.
You get to see Angelico tonight.
Now, I don't know what to watch now. Look at this. It's like, I'm going to have to put on all three at the same time. What the hell?
Oh man, you're gonna be like that Bruce Springsteen music video where he has all the TVs on.
Yeah. I'm going to have it on my TV, on my tablet, and then on my laptop. I'm going to be like an idiot.
Hopefully we'll see y'all next week. God
everybody,
willing.
Yep, everybody have a good weekend. Be easy, stay cool, and watch some wrestling.
Right.
Adios.